Good morning and welcome back to another day in the life. Currently getting morning steps in. I like to start my morning off like this pretty much every morning, unless I have to be in ridiculously early. It's currently around 6:15, and to be fair, typically speaking, I don't really start with any face-to-face clients now until some days 6:30, but normally 7, so it gives me a chance to get my morning movement in. And I believe that if you start your day off with some movement, it makes everything better. If you're feeling anxious, you're feeling down, you've had a long week, you've had a long couple of days, get out in the morning and go for a walk, because believe me, it makes a hell of a difference. But plan of action today is get my steps done. Once we've ticked this off, have some breakfast, and I'm going to head in. A couple of face-to-face clients, lots of online coaching bits and bobs to do, and of course it's Halloween, so chill out tonight and watch a horror film. Now, I wanted to touch on a few points in this daily vlog, and one of the things I wanted to cover was essentially how to make money as a personal trainer. I think in the industry nowadays it's very much painted that you can't make money as a PT and you have to be an online coach to make decent money, which is a lie, alright? I've made 10, 11, 12k months as just a gym floor PT, and in this video I want to share my biggest tips on how you can do the same if you're a face-to-face coach. Now, this is not a flex, this is not me trying to show off or anything like that, and I'm in no way, shape or form a business coach, but I believe I can offer up some decent advice that would help anyone starting off their PT journey. So, straight back cars go past. So point number one I want to raise is, if you're starting out as a PT, do a shit ton of free work. Alright, you know, you're starting off, no one's going to know what you're about. So offer out your services for free as much as you can. I ran so many free promotions. I must have racked up at like 1,000+ hours of free work. You need to get used to delayed gratification in anything in life, but in particularly in business and being a PT. So offer out loads of free work. I used to do these 2-week free personal training experiences whereby I'd offer out someone 3 PT sessions in week 1, 3 PT sessions in week 2, followed up with an face-to-face consultation whereby we run through their goals and set up an action plan. And of course, in that consult, I try and upsell them. So tip number one is offer a shit ton of free stuff. Like, I don't think I charged when I started my business, I didn't actually charge any money for my services until I was like, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks in, because I actually started it in lockdown when COVID was around. So I was earning nothing for 6 to 8 weeks, and then I literally started charging like £10 an hour. And now I charge up to around £75 an hour. So, just, you know, that's another thing. Don't hike your price up crazy high. You hear people charging X, Y, and Z an hour. If you're starting out, you're not worth anything more than like £20 an hour because you've got fuck all experience. So offer a load of free shit and do not start with your prices high. You've got time as you gain experience in the industry, up your prices, but start low. And yeah, just try and coach as many people for free as possibly can and leave a good impression. Show them what you're about, show them how personable you are, and show them what a fantastic coach you can be to them. And most importantly, show them how you can help them reach their goals. Another tip for those of you who are starting out as a PT is get yourself a role whereby you're teaching classes first. All right, don't just join like a pure gym or whatever and be a gym floor PT whereby they make you clean, because that's fucking bullshit. No PT should be cleaning. You're not a fucking cleaner, you're a coach. Don't go and do that, because they'll charge you an extortionate amount of rent and then you'll have to clean, and they'll say, oh, you can make connections on the gym floor. That the majority of people have seen it all before on the gym floor. They don't want to be hassled, they just want to get in and get it done. So back to my point, get a role whereby you can teach classes first, right? So for example, I worked for a company called Chili Pilates initially, where I taught Reformer Pilates. I didn't know what the fuck Reformer Pilates was when I started being a PT, but I was trained up. God, that scared the shit out of me, some Halloween decoration. Wow. I was trained up in Reformer Pilates, and I essentially got very good at teaching Reformer Pilates, and I built lots of personal connections within the classes that I taught. And then when I ran promos, free promos, I would announce them to the class, and I would talk to people I was close to in the class about it to try and get them on board running the free promos, right? If you're seeing people consistently in classes week on week, it gives you a chance to show them what you're about, show them your skills as an instructor, and hopefully get them into one-to-ones, right? I then left Chili Pilates, joined somewhere else where I'm currently based, and I essentially was teaching Reform Pilates there, and that's how I built up to, like, at my busiest, PT-wise, I was probably doing 50 to 60 hours of one-to-one PT a week, and that's when, yeah, it was ridiculous, and that's when I actually decided to launch my online coaching business. But get yourself in a role whereby you can teach a class, right? Preferably something like a Reformer Pilates, because HIIT classes, things like that, I don't think you can build as personal connection in, because it's all go, go, go. Whereas Pilates is a little bit different. Like, I genuinely, if someone was starting out now, I'd say go and get a job in Reformer Pilates somewhere and use that client base to build up your own, right? As long as the company you're working for is sound with that. Both companies that I've worked for prior, more than happy for me to do that. And also with regards to Pilates and Reformer in particular, there's a lot of transferable skills. You know, like say someone's doing a chest fly in Pilates with the loops, right? You say to them after, oh, your chest fly looked good today. Do you train in the gym? Oh, yeah, I do a couple of times, but I'm not that confident. Oh, that's surprising, because your chest fly actually looked really, really good. Did you know you can actually mimic that movement in the gym? Would you like me to show you? And then Bosch says your way in, for example. All right, that was a bit of a shit example, but you get the idea. So, I don't even know what point this is, but another point, if you want to be a success at the PT, get yourself a role initially whereby you're teaching consistent classes weekly, so you can build up that rapport and trust with members, and then you can upsell them onto your one-to-one services. All right, let's move it on. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, but I've completely forgotten. Oh, that was it. Actually know your shit as a PT. The PT course is bollocks, right? I learned nothing from mine. I have a degree in sport and exercise science, and I was obsessed with fitness before I became a coach. Watching multiple YouTube videos a day, educating myself, this and that, right? Don't become a PT if you've decided that you like fitness in the last 6 months and you've achieved a half-decent transformation yourself. It's not enough. Sorry. Some people watching this will be like, oh, what? But, I love fitness. I've been into it for 6 months. No, you don't. You like the idea of it, but do you like the idea of getting up at 5 a.m., 4 a.m., getting in for 5 a.m., training clients until 9 p.m? Are you passionate about helping people? Are you passionate about fitness? Are you passionate about lifting weights? Do you actually train yourself? The amount of PTs I know, oh, I don't have time to train myself. Man, you're a fucking PT. You should be setting an example. You should be setting the standard. So, I realise I'm getting louder as I get more passionate. I'm meant to be being quiet. It's a little, very early in the quiet little village I live in. Anyway, if you want to be a PT, make sure you love fitness. Make sure you love health and fitness. Make sure you're actually passionate about it. Make sure you know your shit. Make sure you're a good coach. I see so many fucking shit coaching on the gym floor. So much shit coaching. People doing some mad shit that has no benefit for their client. You have a responsibility to deliver the best service possible. And I'm sorry if you're not living up to that responsibility because you're not really that into fitness, and don't even bother becoming a PT. So just to wrap up things on this point, make sure you actually love fitness and health and you're passionate about it and you actually train yourself and you're knowledgeable. Don't be a shit coach, because that's one of the reasons why the industry, some people have a certain view of the industry, because there are a lot of shit coaches who actually don't know what the fuck they're doing and overcharge and underdeliver. Anyway, rant over. I'm nearly home now. I'm going to touch on a few more points throughout the video that hopefully will offer up some value for those of you, what's going on in the barn, offer up some value for those of you who are aspiring PTs. But for now, I'm going to go and have my breakfast. If you know me, you'll know it's going to be 60 grams of oats, 50 grams of whey protein, 100 grams of blueberries, and 10 grams of dark chocolate with a lovely coffee. And then I'm going to head in for my first client of the day. I've actually got a meeting with a new client at 8:30, which is exciting. And then my last ever session with my clients Amy and Fran. Very, very sad, because of course, this Sunday is 2 weeks to Australia. Let's go, mate.
All right, so we are in the gym about to hit a full day. Technically, my physio told me not to do any upper body work until next week, but it's been a week since the steroid injections. Yeah, it has been a week. It's been a week since the steroid injections, so we're essentially going to go very light on a bit of pull work, no push work for at least 6 weeks, I was told. So we'll see how we go today. Look, if it flares up at all, if I feel any pain, I'll just stop and do like my 3rd leg day of the week. No, I'm joking. I won't be doing that. I literally smashed legs yesterday, but we're going to see how it goes, take it easy. And like I said, if anything feels dodgy, anything doesn't feel right, then we'll just stop immediately. But hopefully we can get a good pump on the lats and a good pump on the biceps, and we can actually hit some upper body this week. So we'll start off very light, quick warm-up set. Obviously this right-hand side is absolutely fine. It's the left-hand side that I need to be wary of. It's funny because I actually had the exact issue in my right AC joint about 4 years ago. I think I've told you guys that before, but I was on oral medication for that and it went. Whereas this one we had to go on a steroid injection, and only time will tell if it's worked or not. I mean, I haven't felt pain this week. It's felt a bit niggly on days, but let's see how this feels. Okay, to be fair, there's no pain there, but to be fair, there's no pain anyway whenever I was pulling. It was push work. Probably load this quite heavy today, actually. Literally said I'd take it easy, but don't fancy a big pull day. I actually pushed myself. Absolutely crushed my legs yesterday. 7 plates each side on the leg press. Pretty happy with that. And, you know, I had a lot of fucking chocolate last night, so I want to put that to good use and get a fat pump. Right, first working set. Let's see how we go. Be lovely if my headphones wanted to work. Oof. Again, really focusing on driving the elbow into the back pocket, squeezing the lats, or controlling it up. Tell you what, I think we'll be good to go today. No issue whatsoever. I think if it was still flared from the steroid injection, I'd at least feel it on the way up. I'm not feeling anything. Wicked. Let's go heavier. First working set done. Shoulder feels absolutely sound. So that's good news. And whilst I was doing that set, I was thinking another point about how to essentially be a success as a PT is don't be a fat PT. Now, I might sound like a bit of a prick saying that, but I think if you are coaching someone on how to get in shape, you have to walk the walk, you have to talk the talk. You know, would you go and get financial advice from someone who is fucking broke? No. So, like it's one of the most important things. If you want to be successful, lead by example, right? If you want to be successful and make money as a coach, lead by example. Get yourself in amazing shape so clients and potential clients can see, oh, this guy knows what he's doing, you know? And, you know, I made the point earlier saying that don't just get in shape and think, oh, I love health and fitness and I can be a coach. No, just getting in shape alone is not a good enough qualification to then say that you can coach people, in my opinion. You have to actually know your shit, but coming back to the point, don't be a PT. If you want to be successful, don't be a PT. Actually fucking get yourself in decent shape and lead by example. Walk the walk, fucking talk the talk. Anyway, second set. Let's go. Chest supported row now, single arm row. Just to hit a slightly different part of the lat. Probably load a touch heavier on this than I can. Kind of pull down, I'm always stronger from a rowing position. Again, big focus on driving elbow in towards the hip, engaging the lat, controlling it back, not swinging it. We're really focusing on engaging all this lat here to get the most out of the movement. Set that shoulder blade back as well. Use your hand here to support yourself. And then drive elbow to back pocket. Control the eccentric and drive. All right. Let me just pause this music because I feel like I can't hear myself think. So, another tip I'd give with regards to how to make money as a PT is how you charge for your services is really, really important. So many PTs I know still fucking charge on the hour. Their client comes in, they pay them cash, that's it, right? So what happens when that client doesn't come in the next week, right? You don't get paid. What happens when you go away? You don't get paid. set your clients up on monthly rolling direct debits. So for example, my clients either pay $240 per month or $400 a month, $240 for 1 session per week, $400 for 2 sessions a week. And essentially that guarantees me monthly income every single month, all right? And let's say, for example, I go away for a couple of weeks, those clients are given a program and they can crack on with that, and then we just catch up on the sessions after. But what it does is it guarantees me monthly income, right? And also from a client buying perspective, if they know every month they're paying for PT, then they're more committed to the actual process, so you get better results. But then also, it makes it harder for them to cancel because they're paying that every month. They know they have to give you a month's cancellation. You have a contract, you get them to sign it just so you know you're secure in business. But it makes it more difficult for them to throw in the towel. Whereas if you're charging the rate, they can so easily make an excuse, and then you're like, oh, when do you want to book in again? And then they'll just ghost you. So charge monthly direct debit. Stop fucking charging per session. Because if you set up your business like that, it's just not going to be sustainable. And I know so many PTs who don't make decent money because they refuse to go to monthly direct debit. And then on top of that, what you can do is you can set up your monthly rolling direct debits, right? Let's say you have multiple people at $250 a month, and then you can launch packages. So for example, I used to run like 6-week sprint packages whereby it would be like $1,000, and over that 6 weeks, clients would get access to an app. They'd see me 3 times a week, and they'd also get check-ins, right? So then what you do is you have your direct debits coming in each month, and then if you can get a few people on a 6-week sprint per month, so let's say you have, I don't know, hypothetically speaking, let's say you have 20 people paying you $240 per month, right? 20 people, 20 times, my maths is awful, that's 4-8, right? And then let's say you sell 5 sprints a month. That's already plus $5,000 to that, that's 9.8K, right? That's honestly how I hit my biggest months in PT, by having that solid foundation of monthly direct debit and then selling packages on top of that. Let's say someone wants to get in shape for holiday. Oh, okay, you're probably not best suited to see me once a week. You probably need to see me 3 times a week, and then have my online coaching as sort of a side thing, right? To get quick results, 6-week sprint, pay me $1,000, we'll get the result, right? And then also those people who are on the 6-week sprint, because they've had the experience of being on the app and getting a bit of online coaching, you can then filter them into online coaching and you start to build that. So yeah, let me just go back to my original point. Charge direct debits, okay, so monthly rolling, all right, with a 1-month cancellation notice thing, and then have top-ups, so like have 6-week sprint offerings for those who want a quick result, who you can just sell a one-off payment to. So again, it's just going to increase your monthly revenue. Hopefully that made sense. Time for a second set. Another point, actually be outgoing and talk to people. Clients will not come to you. You need to be present, whether you're in the gym or teaching classes, whatever. You have to approach people and get to know people. Get to know what they're looking to work towards, understand their goals, understand something about them personally. So then you can link that and essentially one day upsell your services and bring them into your one program. The more you know about someone, their goals, their personal life, their personality, the more you can connect with them, and the more opportunities you'll have to work with them down the line. And that brings me on to the next point. When you meet someone on the gym floor and you give them a little bit of advice, that is then not your cue to then sell to them. You need to build up that rapport over time. And then it could be 6 months, 1 year, 2 years down the line, and then boom, they say, hey, do you know what do you do again? How does it work? I mean, look, some people are now buyers, but the majority of people are later buyers. So, you know, nurture that relationship, nourish that relationship, give bits of advice here, do little things there, give free advice, give a free 15-minute technique assessment, and then boom, when you run a promo or when that person's in need of more help, they're going to come to you and you're going to be the first person they go to. That's back and a little bit of biceps ticked off. We're going to finish off with 15 minutes of cardio, and then post-workout meal is going to be, believe it or not, oats again. I'm essentially half man, half boat right now. And then I've got one more face-to-face client. Then Em is picking me up from the gym because my car is getting some paintwork dealt with last Christmas. Some knobhead keyed my car and it's taken me until now to sort it out. So cardio, food, client, Em picked me up, and then a bit of work to do throughout the rest of the day. And then, like I said earlier, I think we're just gonna chill out, watch a horror film, and then call it a day. And throughout the rest of this vlog, I'm gonna try and think of some more points that will hopefully offer value to those of you who are thinking of becoming a PT. Right, so my personal chauffeur has arrived and is giving me a lift home. Welcome to the vlog, Emma. So guys, as you know, this video has been very much about how to be successful as a PT, how to make money as a PT, and I've given you some nuggets of information along the way in this video. And off the cusp, I wanted to ask Emma what she feels, like we've been together for 4 years, and I wanted to get her opinion, what she feels you need to be doing to essentially make it as a PT. So Em, go.
You gotta practice what you preach.
In what sense?
Like, everything you tell people to do and all the advice that you give, you do already. Do you get what I mean? So like, you live and breathe fitness and wellness, and in order to give people advice for them to be successful in their fitness journey, you need to actually role model that behaviour.
Spot on, and it comes back to the point I made earlier, don't be a fat PT. So Nowhere had pumpkins, apparently it's Halloween tonight and we should have got them in advance. So I've literally just done a bit of work and now I'm cooking up a storm, 2 lovely fillet steaks, jacket potato, some broccoli going down, super high protein and lean dinner. And the final point I wanted to make on how to make money as a PT, right, is be fucking patient, all right? It's not gonna happen overnight. You're not gonna suddenly be the most popular PT in the gym. It doesn't work like that. You need to build up a reputation. You then need to make sure that you deliver a good service. Then you need to get referrals, right? It takes time. I remember actually going to football with my dad, and I thought to myself, right, well, I had a conversation with him like about a year in, and I said, I don't think this is gonna work for me, Dad, I'm just not making enough money. And he just said, just be patient, it takes time, right? And I was patient, and I've been able to make a decent bit of money being a coach and a PT. So the last point of this video with regards to how to make money as a PT would be patient. Keep ticking the boxes consistently, okay? Keep doing things well, and you will get busier. But yeah, we're gonna crack on with these steaks, okay? Then we're gonna eat that, and then from there, we're gonna pick a horror film to watch and chill out. So yeah, that's the end of the, well, it's not the end of the vlog, I'll still show you what I do in my evening, but that's the end of the how to make money as a PT part of the vlog. Hopefully, like I said before, if you're looking to become a PT, you have found this somewhat helpful. Final meal of the day, post dinner, aka the best meal of the day. How are the steaks, Em?
They're very nice.
They were very nice.
Very nice.
Love the enthusiasm. We're going to tuck into, well, I'm going to tuck into my dessert, and we're going to whack on a horror film now. And yeah, I'll wrap up the key points. I don't know what's going on in the Barnet. I'll wrap up the key points from this video tomorrow morning and give you guys a summary of the main points I kind of covered with regards to how to make money as a PT. But for now, yogurt, film, peace. All right, so it is the morning after Halloween. I've just smashed a big back session. I actually trained with one of my online coaching clients today. Really, really good session. And I just wanted to summarize all the points that I've made throughout the video, just so you've got a nice summary to take away with you if you have made it this far throughout the video. So, key points on how to make money as a personal trainer. Point number 1, do a shit ton of free work and get used to delayed gratification. Just reading off my phone as I made some notes after watching everything I'd spoken about, because I very much did freestyle that video. Point number 2, get yourself a role whereby you're teaching classes so you can build rapport and trust with those class members and then upsell them onto your one-to-one services. Point number 3, actually know your shit. Point number 4, don't be a fat PT. Point number 5, charge your clients using a monthly rolling direct debit / membership, and then top this up with kind of 6-week promotions. I can't remember what point this is, but next point, be outgoing and talk to people. Clients will not come to you. And the last point is be patient. It takes time to build a business, right? You're going to see so many business gurus online saying, you can go 0 to 10K in a couple of months. It's just not going to happen. Unless you're extremely lucky and extremely fortunate, it's just not going to happen. It takes time to build up your own business and be successful as a PT. All right. Anyway, I will not bore you any longer. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did make it this far throughout the video, I really, really appreciate you sticking around and watching the video. If you did take some value away from it, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and drop the video a like. And I will catch you in the next one.